It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic.
She seems nice.
And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared. And sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Oh, don't stare. How would you look after eons in some ghastly crypt? Your people are rather prone to death. Mine are not. Yet when I emerged from my completely unjustified imprisonment, I found them gone. Our culture forgotten. Any trace of the world I knew all but obliterated. I must even hide my true face beneath an ever-shifting mask for fear you savages will attack me. That is how I wander this strange world. Trying to uncover the truth about a history you primitive people never even knew existed.
Once I was a crusader for the Divine Order. I pledged my life to Lucian the Divine. The war changed everything. He sent me to save the elves I grew up amongst. I arrived too late. Lucian ordered the use of death fog against the Black Ring, annihilating everyone I once knew in the process. Now I'm a mercenary killer, one of the infamous Lone Wolves. And my next target is none other than Lucian's own son.
I blame you.
You blame me for everything.
Of course it's your fault. Probably got drunk. Skeletons can't get drunk.
Yeah, sure, it's always my fault. I'm probably the one that killed you as well, right?
Nah, you're not old enough for that.
Fuck me, that was one hell of a party last night.
I was so worried that that was my head on the grinning skull.
Aren't you a curious sight?
Oh.
Wait, did you hear my character say that?
To hide my bones as well as yours.
But the skeleton's talking.
I'll be walking around today. Where'd you get
Yeah, this is kind of important.
Be
so my character said the things I do to fulfill a contract. What did you say?
I didn't see anything. I started talking to the skull.
Skull?
Yeah, I'm talking to the grinning skull on the thing.
Grinning skull? Oh yeah, I see a skull over there.
Wait a second.
Nice haircut, Smiley.
I said nice haircut.
They told to rip
Oh
your
shit!
faces
Ah,
from
this is how you join the conversation. Okay, I'm seeing your text now, so you can go ahead and speak.
Ah, okay, cool.
Is that a fact? And your voice? You ripped that from them too. I've never heard such silken tones from a naked skull. So powerful that you've been overpowered by clowns in
Oi.
red capes and a glowing necklace. Well, colour me impressed.
It was all planned.
That mask on.
Fuck you.
He's wrecking you right now. Do you need something for that burn, motherfucker? Oh, wait, you don't have skin. Ha!
Oh man, this. Wow, this is fucking weird. Managed to.
Don't turn on that right now, please.
No, that would involve me taking it off. But what happens if I press this button?
What the fuck are you?
Whoa!
You are you, but more. You are another.
What was that?
Not.
Something has changed. You are not you, but more. You are another, but
You look
not.
to your hands, your belly, your feet. Flesh you don't know.
Oh,
molded into
if you
your
right click on me and check
Incredible, your
examine,
aching
I
head,
can
where
see how
another's
you look as a
memories and
human.
wisdoms mix
So
with your
basically I
own.
see your true form, but if I go to examine you, I see
Your
that
fingers
you
trace a
look
line from your
exactly
head to your
human.
face, feeling not the creases of the mask, but the porous surface of new skin. You lower your arm, blink twice,
Yeah,
and step
if you,
forward in this new garb.
well, you can't click on yourself, but if you click on me and press examine, you're gonna see my portfolio. I see you in there, I see you as human.
Oh wow! I've learned a new innate skill. I still have time warp, but I've gained a new skill. I've
How?
in rage. From
What?
transforming, I've earned the human skill in rage.
And now you are silent.
Being leashed by the
Only
Order
all
once
humans were so
was
thoughtful.
quite enough.
Right, just a sec, I wanna get
you're
used to some of the controls.
Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself.
Right, that actually wasn't part of conversation. I'm gonna enter the conversation now. Do keep in mind, I am the
There.
face, so...
Not too tight.
Wait,
okay?
let me do it!
The collar,
Ah!
I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog
Exit
has to get
conversation?
used to its leash.
No, you can
In the
see it when
meantime, your
somebody
next
enters
stop
because
will be
there's
Magister William.
lines
All
above you and
passengers have
stuff.
to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the lodge.
So, right now, can exit the conversation at the upper right corner. You see it, you know. It's one button, good. At the upper right
Right
corner,
on
you
the
don't
other
see
side
anything.
of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
I believe my goal is to kill Lucian's son, so we're probably in a very bad place right now. How the fuck do I take part of the conversation?
Of course, and have been for several days.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits.
Again,
If you were a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
oh, so she knows about you being a skeleton. Also, she mentioned Fort Joy. Again, that's very aptly named. Yeah, I wanted to take a look at the journal, but sure, let's talk to these guys, see what's up.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does.
Tags determine how the world interacts with your party members. Custom characters have race, gender, and profession tags. Original characters also have their own original tag. Yeah, these are basically the guys that I was a part of, but we had a falling and now I'm trying to assassinate the leader's kid, so I should probably, you know, just note and try to keep to myself. So, you know what, I'm peacing out. You have fun with that.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer Waters is investigating. Aren't you enterprising? I'll let Waters tell you now herself. Go ahead. She with the body.
That's easy enough. Okay, maybe now I can talk to her?
Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
Oh, you let me know what happened.
I was
I'll
on
take a
duty
look.
in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir.
Wow, the text is so small. Fuck me.
You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship.
You know what? That's a good idea. Let me check out the options.
Finn was killed by Source. If a Magister could do that, there wouldn't be a Magister. It looks more like a passenger managed to slip their collar. And the rest, well, you see the evidence in front of you.
Oh yeah,
Listen,
we should probably turn on the subtitles.
Someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw
Turn
a
on the
shiny
subtitles?
gold coin for you. How about that?
In the cutscenes I didn't see any subtitles. I didn't. They must not have been on. Sadly, from what I see, I can't increase the text size, which upsets me a little.
No lesions, no trauma.
Where did I leave my
He was bled
calipers?
by magic.
Oh god, there's motion blur. Thank god it's turned off. Why? Why do people keep getting fucking motion blur in their games? So apparently I can't tinker with the corpse. It's marked red because something bad will happen. What's up with that? I thought we were investigating.
By the way, I'm gonna talk to this red dude.
Oh, okay, I'm coming.
Oh, actually, yeah, 1 second. 1 second. I'll be right back.
Are you gonna turn in one of them?
Yep. This may give me some additional dialogue, you know? Stop stealing beer.
Beer.
Right, I'm talking to him now.
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's
Wait, the Red Prince, that's one of the Origin guys.
Yeah, the same with Sybil.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this.
What?
Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this.
Oh, he's buying slaves.
Can you cook?
Oh my god. Say you can, but your sense of taste isn't where it used to be. Which I probably can cook, since I'm going crafting, but...
And of course, a cook who can't taste is about as useful as a dog in a chess game. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor? Oh, but to feel the caress of satin on my scarlet skin once more. A most satisfactory answer indeed. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after.
Of course, I look after myself. I'm undead.
I suppose that's a start. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. As per your own testimony, you can tailor and groom, but you have the taste buds of a dung beetle. Still, beggars can't be choosers. So without further ado, I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, my slave. My slave, of course. Oh, but I see. Yes, I suppose it must take some time for the full extent of this honor to sink in.
Congratulations,
Anyway,
man. You're his problem now.
We'll go over your duties once we reach Fort Joy.
But
now shoot.
Congratulations, man.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
Let's talk to Nemian. Let's talk to her. See what she says. The one behind
oh,
him.
The girl. Okay, give me a sec, I'll talk to her.
Where am I going?
You think me mad?
Mad?
Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
Indignity.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Wait, I can trade with her?
You can trade with all characters just like in the first Divinity.
Oh.
Hey, maybe we
Now,
can find
here's
some with a
something
stick.
Interesting, dude. Apparently, until you now I understand why you were trying stuff, so we can find out what it does. She has a mug of water, and the effect is unknown. Like seriously, you don't know what fucking water does to your body? Come on, dude.
You've never drank water before. Well, I'm a skeleton.
Fuck me.
Hey, try trading with a character and get a stick. Maybe they have a stick.
Yeah,
Hang on, I got to. I'm talking to this guy if you want to join.
I don't know what the beer and the water does, apparently. I'm just gonna start drinking, okay? You have fun.
Oh, you don't want to join this conversation?
He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Right, where are you?
Listen
Okay,
up,
I'm
boy.
listening.
You hear that? The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And? Sick as a leper's cat. From the state of it, I'd say she's being cared for by a bunch of beardless babes who never loved anyone but their own mums. But there's more. Listen close.
Okay.
There now, just like that.
I was hoping we narrated squeak.
His eyes snap open.
He was like,
as
fuck
his
that shit.
countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, boy. Good news. It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot?
Cool whip.
Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Pardon my beard. That means if we've been traveling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
Holy crap.
Not gonna lie, this guy's an amazing sailor.
No
Dude, can we
kidding.
hire him? We're probably gonna need a ship at some point. This guy seems like the guy for us.
That's true. Wait, I swear they mentioned sea stuff in the trailers leading up to this game, didn't they?
Dude, let's hire him. He seems to know what he's doing.
No kidding.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
Do you know what I find strange? Is that some of these characters seem to have retained their, like for instance, gold on his beard. Magisters don't seem like that intent of taking anything.
Well, he is a prisoner, so I don't know.
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like. Rolling dice. Deciding fates.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Oh, she didn't like that.
Not the future, no, but I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too.
So basically, if she tries to read your past, she's not gonna find out anything. Heyo!
I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
How about you lick something else, baby? Well, after I'm done with the conversation, we can actually talk to her maybe then. You know what?
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
Okay, this is not weird.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, it seems you and another elf engaged in an action somewhat similar to the one I just performed.
You didn't hear that. You heard nothing. No? Oh.
Only rather more vigorously.
She pats you on the shoulder consolingly.
There, don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me.
I don't know what she's talking about. She's full of shit. She's a croc, man.
I don't lick and tell. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
Okay, I'm out. Fuck this bitch. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's full of shit. Let's go.
An elf sits tucked away in
Let's
the
go.
dark.
It's time to go. Let's go.
She
I bet that's just what they'll rolling, deciding fates. Don't worry, honey.
She looks you up and
Never say never, though.
she eyes you quite.
I could lick your arm and
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers, watching, staring at them, hoping that none would stare back. You were thinking of flesh. Or, to be rather more precise, the pleasures of the flesh. Those that have eluded you for so long.
Forward.
Of course it is. The truth's right there, skin deep, so to speak. But don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell.
Now, this is actually pretty funny, because if you think about it, an undead person, yeah, of course, he's interested in the pleasures of the flesh in a way that he lost it and he wants it back. But if you wanna be a pervert, oh, he just wants sex, the fiend. Excuse me?
What? Hang on, now.
She just called me husband. Hey, dude, get in on this shit. Something's not right.
I'm listening.
Crazy.
I'm listening.
Would
Okay.
you please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
Wait, is this the origin character that's the bard?
Yeah. Seems like it.
You know what? Fuck it.
How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles to
Oh wow, you actually earned favor with her. Did you see that?
anyone else.
Yeah. Because I helped her out. Hey, we can play house, baby.
What's so funny?
Her face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and get, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
So you're a fun-loving kind of guy, are you?
You presume right.
Ah.
Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it.
Oh.
You take care, though. Nope. Trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
Oh, by the way, you can see what choices I make, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Suddenly,
Now,
her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer.
okay, that's not good.
As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Okay.
Hey?
Good luck, Chief.
Right. So now if you talk to her, what happens? Because it seems like some of the conversations get repeated. So if you straight up talk to her, I wonder if you're gonna have the same experience again.
By the way, the kid just mentioned I'm a dragon, so yeah, they do see my face.
Ah, there you are. Husband, would you?
Oh, she's doing the same
tell this
thing.
Very charming gaggle of not.
She is?
Yeah, I can get attitude with her as well.
So we basically both can go through the same stuff.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained.
That's interesting. Wouldn't that be a problem later, though?
Suddenly, as quickly.
Good luck.
I don't know, maybe.
Weird. I'm not sure. It seems a little weird, at least to me.
Are you here because you're weird?
The kid just called me weird.
You are weird.
Do you know Losa? She's a really good singer. I'm better.
None of these guys have a stick. You're useless. I don't know how to disassemble things. I'm gonna go talk to the dog.
I'm a little disappointed that you've said nothing about me putting all the barrels that I randomly pick up in your pocket.
I've been putting them down randomly. Oh man, if we had pet power, we could talk to this dog.
Aww, disappointment already.
Name?
Right, you said we need a rope and a stick, right? I'm gonna start looking for a rope and a stick.
One of us wouldn't kill our own.
Right. If they block that off, then the only other way is this way.
I reassure you and you shut up.
My
Oh
tails.
shit, dude, I'm in trouble.
What did you do?
I'm in trouble. Help! 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 He recognized me.
No.
Well, get ready for a fight, I guess.
What did you do?
It's you. Ifan Ben Mesd. I remember you. You were my captain's commander way back in the war.
Lie to him.
No, fuck that. My honor demands.
No, you fool.
Eyes darken.
Gah.
His face closes over into a cold mask.
We're trapped.
Always knew you'd end up down low. Lower even than us nobodies in the rank and file. The higher the climb, the louder the splat when you fall. And Fort Joy, you're about to fall further than you thought possible. And I'll be listening for the splat.
What did you do?
Yeah, well, we all bounce back eventually.
Happy landings.
You! Sorcerer! Blood? No! Go! Ruff!
That right.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and takes your hand, turning it this way and that, examining it from every angle. Finally, he pinches your skin, gently tugging at it.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
I have already examined it and found it quite ordinary. What more could I possibly... Oh dear. I seem to have crossed some cultural taboo. How... difficult. You have my apologies, human. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once. Perhaps. Perhaps not. Understanding is all rather relative. Take this book, for example. I understand all of it, and yet none of it makes sense. It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history? Most unusual, and if it's not too rude to suggest, not much of an answer. No, I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind? Of course you don't have any useful information. Why did I expect anything else? Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book or respond to your questions. A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants. Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties. No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The Joy, I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself. Easy now. I might think the same, but Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You! What's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
I've been for worse.
Me, with Bishop Alexander in charge, things will get a lot better from here on out. He's God-walking, you know. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Oh, so we're allowed in there. I thought we had to. Never mind. I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yes. Let's take a look.
Uh-oh. What did you do?
I walked forward.
I'm listening.
That's one way of interrogating people. Just keep them at gunpoint.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
Oh, she was the cutscene woman.
Oh, yeah.
There are others whose lives must end.
Okay, that's a bit awkward.
Well,
Can
you know, hey, I could always raise you as a bloated corpse.
No, stay here. Stay here. You're a part of this. We're a team here.
I think knowledge of team is one teammate doesn't get me in trouble constantly, you know?
Good God, the woman's mad.
What are you talking about? Teams always get each other in trouble. That's why they're teams.
How come it's been 100% your fault so far then?
Hey, that's blasphemy and lies.
You there, sorcerer. Go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
Uh-oh. Try the third option. I don't know.
means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
Oh, shit!
Oh, fuck me! She's after you, man!
You're gonna kill us too?
She's after you, dude!
I'm just about to create a scene.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh. I'm assuming this is not the kind of scene you get in plays. This is the kind of scene where murdering happens.
Did you equip your pocket knife?
Nope.
Sure, men, quickly. If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
This is escalating too quickly for my taste.
This is your fault. This is your fault. This is why I shouldn't conversations. Oh, shit!
Well, I guess we're killing that bitch.
Ah!
Oh my god!
I blame you!
Everything hurts!